Hey, there's clips of Julio Jones wearing the number 2 for the Tennessee Titans. Diana Rossini posted this on her cell phone. He looks unbelievable right now. This is from Diana Rossini's Twitter account. She is at practice. She said, this is Julio Jones. This is also me showing off my camera work. So please nominate me for an award. You got it, Diana. Great shot here of Julio Jones getting some work in. Little fast feet, cut corners. He looks
how big he is.
Yeah, he's unbelievably large, and he looks incredibly quick. And then also, he has come out and said he feels better than ever. He feels young. He feels like he's back whenever he was in Alabama. Didn't take enough time to heal properly last year. I'll be ready to go, tweets Paul Kuharski from Julio's first press conference. I assume there'll be more quotes out of this. Obviously, now it's a spite year for Julio. He has to prove himself again to a new building. He has to prove himself again, probably in his mind, to his new teammates. He probably wants to impress everybody, and now he knows that the Titans are a team that could go. I'm fucking pumped for Julio, pumped for the Titans. Absolutely despise it for the Indianapolis Colts, AJ.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, I think, having Julio so close and what the Colts have going on. But, I mean, so let's say the worst-case scenario for Julio is that he doesn't stay healthy, right? He doesn't play a whole lot of games. I still think he has a huge benefit to that team. Did you watch any of the mic'd up a couple training camps ago when Julio was coaching the guys up, teaching them like the tiny little weird things that nobody thinks about, how to keep what foot you need to leave back to try to keep 2 feet in, like all these tiny little tricks. That's going to be very beneficial for the rest of that team. And I think just having him right there just gives you firepower too and gives you a ton of confidence. I mean, Vrabel has to feel even more confident in his team now, adding Bud Dupree on the defensive side, but now you have this dude who is legit first ballot Hall of Famer stud, and I think he can still play.
I got to see it with Reggie Wayne and T.Y. Hilton, right? Reggie Wayne kind of gave the game over time to T.Y. about all the little things like football IQ stuff with wide receivers where, hey, don't lift your hands or look until very late, because Reggie Wayne was able to get open for his entire career, even when his speed, I would never say he slowed down, but let's say he wasn't still running as explosive or whatever. He was able to get out of his breaks in a manner that got him open. And there's just like these little tricks that kind of develop over time that only experience can teach to you. A.J. Brown now has that with Julio, and AJ's been absolutely unbelievable. Now, I'm not saying nobody else has done that, but I think the fact that Julio is that type of leader, after seeing those mic'd up things that you saw, seeing his production level, seeing like how everything is that is why, I was so like, let's get this guy in here. Like T.Y. has had to do that, obviously, for the younger wide receivers. He's the vet in the room, but just Julio being on the field, let's say he's not even at 100%, it changes the whole defense. It changes everything. And I believe Julio will be, because it is a spite year. I think he's going to reprove himself. And he's only had 2 seasons, really, where he's missed any real time in his 10-year career. I'm scared to death of it. And the fact that Tannehill was able to move his cap hit after 1 year after signing a $100 million deal. He was able to move his cap hit to only $1.5 million next year, I think, for a restructure of the contract that has 2 voidable years at the end. And then all of a sudden, all the cap hit comes in next year and then the year after that. And they'll probably kick that can down the road as well. It's just like the salary cap means nothing. Julio's going to be able to get his money. They clear $15 million in cap space somehow just with this whole thing. He's down to 1.5. Salary cap means nothing. Julio's going to be unbelievable. Feels younger than ever. It's just, man, it's going to happen just like the Tom Brady thing. Hey, just like Tom Brady thing, people said I was overreacting. Now, Cam Newton, all right, maybe I overreacted but I feel like how I reacted, Tom Brady and Cam Newton, 2 very different things. But with this particular case, I just feel like we're going to watch Julio be dancing all over the end zone this next season.